In AFL, there are 6 games today in round 22.
For a race called the Furious Stakes, named after a great race mare from a long-forgotten era, way back in the 1920s. The late Philolotta, who was a great trainer here at Randwick for many years, was actually the strapper of Furious. And I can remember dear old Phil telling me a long time ago that she certainly would have measured up with any of the great fillies of this century. This race is named in her honour, and there's a great filly who's going to run a short prize favourite in the event. Her name is Triscay. She's raced by Mr. and Mrs. Jeff White, who certainly know how to get a good horse. They won the Golden Slipper with Masqué a few years back, and he, of course, has gone on to become a great sire, and is, in fact, the sire of this filly, Triscay. Ken, I believe his service fee at the Widden Stud for this forthcoming season is $60,000, and if you think that's pretty rich, what about the great Bletchingley, who'll stand this year at $100,000?
That's a very expensive love match, isn't it, John? This race is scheduled to start about now, but the horses are running late. They're just moving around to the barrier now, and I'd forecast that it'd be at least 4 minutes, possibly 5, before the Furious Stakes gets underway. Triscay is the hot pot. There's a bit of thinking that Randwick's favouring leaders today, and that might be slightly against Triscay, but she shouldn't be far away. I'm hoping that a class will still get her home. She's showing $1.70 for $1 on the tote, which is around about odds of 11 to 8 on. It's $1.70 return for $1. Rhythmic Charm is at 25 to 1 out to 33 to 1. Number 3 Draw Card is a 14 to 1 chance. Whist 10 to 1 out to 11 to 1. Let's Hurry, number 5 rather, is at 80 to 1 out to 100 to 1. Poinor, Jimmy Cassidy's mount, is now a 15 to 1 chance. Number 7 Sunland Express is getting out in the market almost at 100 to 1. Twiglet is the same price. Fisam's Folly, TAB number 9 is out to 25 to 1. Rachel's Doll, to be ridden by Peter Cook, is now a 50 to 1 chance. Alpine Queen, she's got some speed, she should be up there. She's come in now to about 12 to 1. Sparkling Way from Brian Wood is at 100 to 1. Number 13 Dancer's Delusion is also at 100 to 1. Now Alpine Slopes, this is the filly that's been backed in the ring. She's round about 6s into 7 to 2, showing just over 4 to 1 on the tote now, to be ridden by Darren Gauchi. She's got barrier 1, and well, everyone seems to think that she'll hold the lead, and that gives her a better chance than was normally expected. 4 to 1 Alpine Slopes, just over that on the tote. 100 to 1 Bendara Lass, to be ridden by Kevin Moses. Triscay, a hot favourite, not quite as short as you might have imagined this morning, and Alpine Slopes is certainly shorter than you would have imagined. Here's the best caller in the business. He's got a pad for about 2 minutes, Johnny Tapp.
Good on you, Ken. OK, now the Furious Stakes, as Ken said, running late. They're bundling them down there pretty quickly by the same token, and I can tell you this, as soon as they get anywhere near the stalls, they'll start hurtling them in, so it mightn't be as long as we first thought. Triscay has won 8 out of 10 so far. She's a chestnut filly, and when she gets over to the gate, we might be able to get a close-up for you, and you can have a look at the filly that has been carrying all before her. She won first up after a spell at Warwick Farm 2 weeks ago. She's off to Melbourne shortly, and she'll be running in all of the fillies classics during the Spring Carnival down south. Now there's a good head-on shot looking down the back straights as the runners, or down the 1400 metre chute, as the runners come up close to the stalls. Barrier position's very important from this particular starting point at Randwick, because they have a relatively short run to the first turn, and if they're out deep going into that corner, they can cover a lot of extra territory. Fisam's Folly and Rachel's Doll are both trained by Jeff Mains at Warwick Farm. Jeff was just recently granted his #1 licence by the Australian Jockey Club. That is purely a discretionary thing, by the way, on behalf of the AJC committee. If they feel a trainer has put together a good enough record, and that the trainer has established a reputation for total integrity, then he can be upgraded, and Jeff Mains was awarded that great honour recently by the AJC committee. Melbourne today, and we've got some highlights coming up of the Whittier Handicap run down there a short time ago. Here's John Russell's call.
It's Lonely Dreamer, about a length and a half. Crimson Medal, the centre. Submariner on the outside as they make the home turner. And they were clear there as Spend a Dime as they straighten up down towards the 300. We're over on the inside. Lonely Dreamer is taken by Crimson Medal in the centre. And on the outside, Submariner followed by Spend a Dime. But Crimson Medal has taken the lead from Submariner with 100 to go. Finishing on Lady of Perfection. And Flash Sam is getting up along the inside. Crimson Medal tackled by Flash Sam. Flash Sam hit the front close to home. And Flash Sam's got up to score. Lady of Perfection second. Crimson Medal may have hung on to third.
John Russell's call of the Whittier Handicap Race 8, run in Melbourne a short time ago, with Flash Sam getting up to win. There she is, Triscay. Oh, golly, you'd like to own her. Let me have a look at how much she's won so far, Triscay. She's won 8 out of 10. Already $503,518 in kitty, and goodness knows how much more is coming up. Isn't she a pretty thing? By Masquet. Her dad was a great horse and himself won the Golden Slipper of 1982. The jockey, of course, no stranger to good horses, Mick Dittman, who's been one of our best for many, many years now. And that filly that had the audacity to jump straight in front of our camera lens is Bendara Lass, Kevin Moses' rider. And something's upsetting Bendara Lass. She prefers to go backwards at the moment. And in a moment she'll make contact with the back fence over there in the chute. Bendara Lass is giving them a fair bit of trouble at the moment. She's not keen to go into the stalls. Triscay is about to be led up with Sparkling Way, Whisk to come forward, and also Let's Hurry and Rhythmic Charm. So we've got 4 or 5 to move in, and they'll be set for the Furious Stakes. Now this is already approximately past the advertised post time. Now there's Kevin Moses down on the ground. I read in the press this morning that Moses was quoted as having said he wasn't very impressed with his 4 rides today. He thought they were all very ordinary rides. Well, I'll tell you what he managed to do earlier. He came out and dead heated on March C in the Tattersalls Plate. So even jockeys on occasions can be sadly astray in their judgment. Now that big grey mare there is Sparkling Way. The jockey is Brian Wood, and Brian, of course, is best known as the regular rider of that great little horse Show County, who is one of Australia's top sprinters, and his prize money is getting close to $1 million, and he cost only $20,000 as a yearling. You hear these stories all the time now, these cheap yearlings that come out to win good races, and that's the thing that keeps the little man sane. Now Sparkling Way is reluctant to come in. You know, these fillies have all had plenty of experience, and yet we've struck a couple of doozies over here at the starting point. Bendara Lass, and now this one, Sparkling Way, is giving a lot of trouble. Brian Wood having difficulty with Sparkling Way. 2 or 3 gatemen link hands behind. They bundle the big grey filly into the stalls, and they're ready at long last for the Furious Stakes. All set. Starter coming over. A lot of chatter going on over there at the starting point. Now starter has the button. Break at any second. Alpine Slopes, the inside runner. They look better, they're off. And it's a good start, bar Draw Card, who again missed the kick. And beginning very quickly is Triscay towards the centre. Alpine Queen is being used up from a wide gate, but Alpine Slopes from the number 1 alley is going to lead, no trouble at all. Alpine Slopes led over Alpine Queen in the run to the first turn. Now moving up quickly, Rhythmic Charm into 3rd spot, followed by Twiglet, Sparkling Way, and then Rachel's Doll and Whisked, and further back as Let's Hurry. Triscay easing back into the field is a bit deep around that first turn, followed by Sunland Express, Dancer's Delusions, then Bendara Lass, and Fizam's Folly is second last and tailed off after a slow start. Draw Card at the 700 metres mark, and Alpine Slopes a length to Alpine Queen, a length and a half to Twiglet third, followed by Rhythmic Charm. Here's Triscay moving up boldly now. Further back Sparkling Way. Whisked is out very deep as they near the turn. Let's Hurry between runners. On the fence Rachel's Doll, and then Sunland Express, followed by Peignoir, and Fizam's Folly spotting them a big start as they turn the corner. Over the rise Alpine Slopes hanging away from the rail is tackled quickly by Triscay on the outside. Twiglet has burst through on the fence. Twiglet has rushed up on the inside to join Triscay. Twiglet and Triscay, the favourite, struggling now. Twiglet has got the better of Triscay. Whisked is running on gamely, but it's Twiglet drawing clear in the last bit. Triscay is leg weary in second place, and Twiglet's going to win easily. Twiglet, aided by a freak rails run, beat Triscay. Whisked is third. Then Alpine Queen, Let's Hurry, Peignoir. Further back Alpine Slopes and Fizam's Folly, Sunland Express, Bendara Lass, Dancer's Delusions. Well back Draw Card, Sparkling Way, Rhythmic Charm, and Rachel's Doll is last in the Furious.
Racing now, and it was Memsie Stakes Day at Caulfield this afternoon. Equal favourites at 5 to 1 were the Phantom, Pago Mystery, Potrero and Stylish Century. Let's have a look at the finish of the event.
Coming down to the 250 and the Phantom had ranged up on the outside to take the lead. Here's Pago Mystery finishing on. Arc Regal there on the inside, followed by Ben Barra King. But the Phantom is the leader with 100 metres left to go from Pago Mystery. The Phantom's in front. Pago Mystery trying to get to it. The Phantom still the leader. And the Phantom wins the Sky Channel Memsie Stakes. About a half length to Pago Mystery. Third home would be Arc Regal ahead of Ben Barra King.
Yes, a great win by the Phantom, who arrived from New Zealand earlier in the week and was having his first run from a spell. The margins were a long neck and a length and a quarter. Now let's check the doubles and quaddies. The extra double on 4 and 7 paid $27.90. The daily double returned $81.90 for 3 and 18. The quadrella on 7, 3, 1 and 1 paid $4,223.10. And the quad extra paid a very handy $48,895 and 65 cents for picking the combination 3, 1, 18 and 3.